The name of the article: Critical Study of the Rakta Mokshan with respect to a Charak Samhita, published by the International Journal of Applied Ayurvedic Research, written by the Dr. Rambabu T, Dr. Sandhya B, Dr. Pushpavati Chaudhary, Dr. Ravi Kumar Gupta, Dr. Vidyanath R. Abstract. Lord Dhanvantari, an incarnation of Vishnu, the promulgator of Ayurveda, holds a reach in his hand, indicating the importance of a leech therapy in the field of medical practice. The practice of Rakta Mokshan can be tracked by the Vedic period, and the references related to the bloodletting by means of a leech application are available in a Kaushika Sutra of Atharva Veda. The extraction of blood for a cure of many disorders was an practice since antiquity. Greece during the 5th century BC. It was used to treat a wide range of diseases, becoming a standard treatment for almost every ailment, and was practiced prophylactically as well as therapeutically. A British medical text recommended bloodletting for acne, asthma, cancer, cholera, coma, convulsions, diabetic, epilepsy, gangrene, gout, herpes, indigestion, insanity, jaundice, leprosy, ophthalmic condition, stroke, and other 100 diseases. Also infers the importance of herodotherapy in the medical practice. Though the Charaka has not incorporated Rakta Mokshana bloodletting in the group of Panchakarma, mentioning of more than 30 references of Rakta Mokshana by for the management of Jvaraha, Gulma, Kushtaha, Arsha, Visarpa, Vata Rakta suggests the comprehensive knowledge about the bloodletting therapy. The details of a historical perspective as well as the references related to the Rakta Mokshana in the Charaka Samhita are discussed in this article. Introduction. The word Pancha refers to the number of 5 and Karma refers to the therapy. The term Panchakarma means 5 therapeutic procedure that brings about hemostasis. According to a Charaka school of thought, Vamana, Emesis, Virechana, Asthapanavasti, Anuvasana Basti, and Anasya come under the category of a Panchakarma treatment modalities. Though the Charaka has not incorporated a Rakta Mokshana in the group of a Panchakarma, mentioning a more than 30 references of a Rakta Mokshana for the management of various diseases conditions related to the different branches of Ayurveda suggests that he is having a comprehensive knowledge about the bloodletting therapy also. Historical aspect of Rakta Mokshana. Lord Dhanvantari, an incarnation of an Vishnu, the promulgator of Ayurveda, holds a leech in his hand, indicating the importance of a leech therapy in the field of medical practice. The practice of Rakta Mokshana can be traced back from the Vedic period, and the references related to the bloodletting by means of a leech application are available in a Kaushika Sutra of Atharvan Veda. Um, uh, uh, History reveals that around 5000 of years ago, one will find the mention of the principle of a Panchakarma therapeutic procedure. By going through the historical word, it is observed that physicians of Greek, Egypt, and the Mesopotamia, Persia, South America, due to a different reasons, were using a various methods of Panchakarma therapy. The extraction of a blood for the cure of a many disorder was the most common medical practice performed by the physician from the antiquity until the late 19th century. In a good olden days, the physician believed that for treating a hypertension, bloodletting could sometimes had a beneficial effect of reducing blood volume. Bloodletting is having and been practiced among the ancient peoples, including the Mesopotamians and the Egyptians, and in the Greek also. Hippocrates also reported that bloodletting was in a practice in Greece during the 5th century BC. Cupping and the bleeding instrument notice on a votive tablet from the temple of Asclepius at the Athens reveals the practice of phlebotomy since the antiquity. Uh, Votive tablet representing cupping and the bleeding instrument from the temple of Asclepius at Athens. In the center is representing a folding case containing the scalpels of various forms. On either sides are the cupping vessels. These are cupping vessels. Greek might have been a pass the phlebotomy technique to the Islamic medical professionals, and they advise particularly for fevers. Bloodletting was used to treat a wide range of disease, becoming a standard treatment for almost every ailment, and was practiced prophylactically as well as therapeutically. A British medical text recommended a bloodletting for acne, asthma, cancer, cholera, coma, convulsions, and diabetes, epilepsy, gangrene, gout, herpes, indigestion, insanity, jaundice, leprosy, ophthalmic condition, plague, pneumonia, scurvy, smallpox, strokes, and the tetanus, TB, and some 100 other diseases. Aims and objective to reveal the historical aspect of Rakta Moksha since the antiquity, to do the analytical study and the document the details of Rakta Moksha mentioned in a Charaka Samhita, materials and the method. After a thorough consultation of a Charaka Samhita, ancient historical work along with the e-journal, the subject matter related to Rakta Moksha was compiled and critically analyzed to achieve the aim and objective of the study. Observation on critical study of the Charaka Samhita, number of references are related to the Rakta Moksha are noticed as an Jwaraha, Karnamula Shodha, that is the inflammation near the root of the ear, as a consequence of a Sannipataja Jwaraha, Rakta Avsechanaha, by the incensing vein nearer the ear. Then Shakha Anusari Jwaraha, Rakta Avsechana, by incising the vein in the arm. Abhighataja Jwaraha, Rakta Avsechan. Then in a Gulma also, if the Gulma doesn't cure by a medicine, it is inferred that vitiation of the blood is the cause and should be managed by means of a Rakta Avsechan with the help of a Shrunga, and the bloodletting can also done by a Bahu Siraveda, that is incision the vein in the arm. If a Gulma is associated with a complication like a Trishna, means thirst, Jwaraha means a fever, and a Paridaha means excessive burning sensation, Shula means a colic, Sveda means a sweating, Agnimanda means a decreased digestive power, and a Aruchi, it should be managed by the means of a Rakta Avsechan. In case of a Kafajagulma, Rakta Mokshan is suggested by means of a Ghati Yantri. In this context, the author has also explained the method of application of a Ghati Yantri in a lucid manner. Kushta, for the management of a Pittaja Kushta, Rakta Mokshan is advised. It is further quoted that in case of Alpa Dosha, bloodletting should be done by the means of a Prachana, that is rubbing with the coarse device, and in case of a Bahu Dosha, more acute stage, by means of a Sira Vedanaha. The equipment and the instrument useful for the bloodletting therapy is in the context of a Kushtaha Chikitsa suggested by the Charakaha, Kurchaha, Shastra, Shrungaha, Alabu, and the Jalauka. Rakta Mokshan is also indicated for the management of a Shvitraha, that is a leukoderma. In a Rajakshama, for the management of the symptom of Rajakshama, such as a Shirashulaha and the Parshvashulaha, bloodletting therapy means a Shrunga, Alabu, Jalauka, or in Sira Vedana is suggested by the Acharya Charaka. Unmat, for the management of Unmat or Vishamajvara and Apasmar epilepsy, bloodletting is to be recommended at the Shankha Kesanta Sandhi, that is a joint of a hairline and a temporal region. Then Shavathu, that is edema. In edema, for the management of a Galaganda and a Gandamala, that is a cervical adenitis, Sira Vedis advice. Bloodletting therapy by means of a vein section is suggested for the management of allergy or Charmakantara Shotha, that is Vidlo, and Vidarika inguinal, and the axillary lymphitis. Jalagarda garb Jalagardabha Jalagardhap is to be treated by the means of a Rakta Mokshana. Udaraha abdominal disorder. Vamabahu Siravedaha is indicated in a Yakrutodara and a Plihodaraha, that is enlargement of liver and the spleen. In Arsha, in case of Rakta Jarsha, Rakta Mokshan to be conducted by the means of a Jalauka Prayoga Shastra. In a Grahani also Siraved is indicated in Atyagnihi Visarpaha in case of a Visarpa. If the Vahated dosha in the state of Ama are lodged in the Pitta Sthana, it is advised to conduct a bloodletting. If the blood is Vahated in the periphery and the cause of a Visarpa is a Rakta Mokshan is indicated. In case of a Vahated blood is associated either with the Vata Pitta Kapha, it should be extracted by means of a Vishan, that is a horn, Jalauka, leech, and Alabu, that is a god, respectively. If a Granthi Visarpa is dominated by Rakta and Pitta, it should be treated with by the bloodletting therapy. Vishaha, that is poisoning. With the poison, when a poison is spreading from the place of a bite after the sucking a poison, bloodletting should be conducted by the means of a Prachana, Shrunga, Jalauka, and Siravedana. Then Dvivarniya, that is two types of ulcer, Rakta Avsechana. In the premonitory state of Vranaha, to arrest the further progresses of the diseases, Rakta Avsechana is indicated. Trimarmiya, in case of a remaining type of a headache, bloodletting is indicated. Sira Vedana, it is also indicated in a Mukhapaka, that is a stomatitis. For the management of a Pitta Jaswara Bheda, hoarseness of a voice, Sira Vedana is indicated. Vata Vyadhi, neurological disorder, when a Raktagata Vata Vahatis, Rakta Mokshan is advised. Vata Rakta gout, if the aggravated Vata is located in the periphery, bloodletting should be done by means of a Shrunga Jalaka, Alabu, and Suchi. Sira Vedana is indicated in a Vata Rakta when it is associated with the Raga, Ruja, and Daha sensation. Yoni Vyapat Chikitsa, treatment of a gynec disorder. If the impotency is caused by the Dvajabhanga, Rakta Mokshan is advised. Trimarmiya Sandhi, for the management of a Anantavataha, that is a Siravedana, is indicated. Discussion and the conclusion. Whatever mentioned in this work is available elsewhere. These are not mentioned here, are not to be performed anywhere else. This statement of Agnivesha is very much true. It is evident that Acharya Charaka has a definite idea about the stages and the management of a different diseases condition, and thus mention a Rakta Mokshan at more than 30 places in his work, and also quoted that diseases which may not be cured by a drug should be treated by surgical and the parasurgical measure. On a critical study of a Charaka Samhita, it is recognized that author has incorporated various aspects of bloodletting therapy as under types of Rakta Mokshana, Shrunga, Jalauka, Alabu, Suchi, Sira Vedana, and Prachanam. Method of application, that is a Ghatiyantri, instrument useful for a Rakta Mokshana, Kurcha, and this Shastra. Place of veniscation to be done, Karnamula, Sira Vedana nearer to the eye, Bahu Sira Vedana, then Shankha Kesanta Sandhi, then Vama Bahu also. The author has clearly stated that one must be a caution about his limitation while treating the patient other than his specialization, and such cases should be referred as a concerned specialist. Further, in the context of Gulma Chikitsa, it is mentioned that the administration of alkalis and the cauterization is a specialty of Dhanvantari school of surgeon. Hence, for the administration of alkali therapy, services of a physician who are a Sharatantra Vida, that is proficient in the administration of alkali. Though the Charaka Samhita is considered to be a primarily work on the Kaya Chikitsa, matter related to other branches has also been dealt in the comprehensive manner. However, the author is very much clear about the views and idea while dealing a patient other than his specialization. Hence, Acharya Charaka has never crossed his jurisdiction at any point of a time while documenting the medical knowledge in his mm, compendium. Thank you so much for listening me.